Good morning, New Chirp City. How we doing today? Glad to be here with you. My name's Justin. This is the Roly Conly Twitch stream. That's R only, C only. Got it? Good. I'm glad you're here. And if you're watching this on YouTube later, add Roly Conly also. I'm glad you're seeing it at some point. This is the glorious New Chirp City. Last week we recreated some rail lines that I lost due to an autosave error on my own part, so thank you for bearing with me there. This is part 11 of this whole series. We originally started last year, about a year ago now, in 2023 with New Chirp City tutorials, building completely from scratch this city in the original City Skylines on console, not the remastered. So go back. You can go on the Roly Conly YouTube channel at R only, C only, and you can find all 10 of those previous episodes, as well as the Red Dead Redemption Wednesday series that I do, mostly hunting. Some Star Wars games there, Star Wars Battlefront, the Classic Collection coming soon. If you're into that, be sure to follow here on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube, and follow me on Instagram to get the notifications. That way you know when I'm live, and I don't have to do this alone, because it's so much better when you're here with me. I get so much luckier and have better results. So what I want to do today is add stadiums. One of the DLCs you can get is either the university or the content creator pack, the sports venues. So here we've got quite a few to choose from. Still got some that are locked, so we'll hold off on these, though, since we have a lot of space near our community college here. One of the things you can do to beautify your campus, let's take a look at how we're sitting now. New Chirp Community College, the attractiveness is 575, so we beat that. Our biggest problem is students, but as you can see by the zone demand meter at the bottom right of your screen, we do have quite a need for residential zoning. We're down about 1,500 from the amount of workers that we need, and we're stagnating our population, looking at that, compared to available jobs, which has even more so stagnated. So one of the things that we can do is add some sports venues for Varsity Sports. And you want to be strategic where you put your arenas, because these are huge visitor tourism attractions. The 150 entertainment value and the 750 visitor capacity. Let's compare that to the regular sports venues, which have a much higher capacity, generally the same entertainment value, though. But as you can see, this one has a little bit more, 200, the Timber Box, which is a beautiful stadium. That visitor capacity is huge at 1,100, even more so for the Copper Bowl. And the, I think the biggest one, the Glass Eye Arena, big soccer stadium. Excuse me, no, that's an American football stadium. I don't know why I thought that was soccer. Anyway, that's the biggest one you could do, and we'll probably try to put that over in this section by the mall, since it is such a commercial-heavy area, but also right beside the train line. Since you're going to get high tourism, you want to be as close to these mass transit lines as possible, and in fact, this area where the university is one reason why I want to use those arenas first, because we have our international train station there on the left, and our intra-city line, the commuter rail, here. So this is our international terminal. You can see a lot of traffic comes out of there, not at this second, but once the trains come in. That's our only out-of-town entrance that is not highway-based. Now, theoretically, they could get off the exit here and take the train over. We don't have any metro line, which may be something that I forgot to recreate last time. But we don't have any metro lines, so what I'm going to do is add a metro stop somewhere in this vicinity that will connect to this downtown hub. Not this, what do you call this, Twitchville neighborhood that we've created, because that's more of a residential area and meant to it just serves a different purpose. The downtown is really more central, and we may end up building a new downtown station simply because it's a one-lane road versus this new one that we built last week that's 2 lanes, and that's from the pedestrian area DLC pack, which we also played around with here. Got this beautiful pedestrian area with a bus lane pedestrian zone that also handles ambulances and police cars, as you can see. So without further ado, let's build something. I think, what do you think, a baseball park? Ah, that's pretty nice. Neat right there. Track and field stadium's huge, so we may put that elsewhere. Maybe if we extend this road out, I don't want to butt it up against that other street. So maybe we'll put it on the other side, or we could at least put it in a place like that. I've got all this housing, this university housing, that is not official university zone, but or not like a dorm, I mean, but it is the university skin style. For lack of a better word, I can't think of what you call those. Building styles, district styles, there you go. So you have all these options. We went with university since we're right there at the university, and I like it. It's kind of a quaint, old-style house. Reminds me of my own university. When I was in school there, part of my coffee intake there. We've been needing it all week. There's never enough coffee in my body. So the other option is the basketball arena, which also would fit pretty nicely there. Generally, I like to give the baseball parks more of a view since they're not indoors, but it's just so big. I mean, we could fit it there pretty well. So it might not be a terrible spot for a baseball park. At least get to see the big city buildings. But I did kind of like how it just barely fits in that space. I mean, we could also do the Aquatics Center, but I was thinking the Aquatics Center could be a good addition right here. Really incorporate that university housing more in the university itself. I guess the arena would go there. I do think, regardless, coming down the street will look nice to go straight into a big venue. And you don't have to build all of these directly beside the university. I'm just doing it now because we have this neighborhood that's kind of laid out, but still has room to organically grow. And it's central to the main train district there, the train center. I think we've been calling it. Oh, look, our landfill is empty. That's good to know, but we'll focus back where we are. I tend to get out of line there. The other risk you have to consider with the baseball park, if they hit it out of the stadium, it could knock a train. No, I don't think that would actually happen, but it's a fun idea. All right, I think I've made my decision. I think we'll put the basketball arena here. It'll give us a little bit more space on this right side to have bigger zones there. It's perfectly on the corner. Only downside is there's no pedestrian crossing. We can fix that with a road, or even move this up, make this pedestrian street just go right there. It's probably a good move. Oh, but it looks nice though. So the arena's there. I'm just gonna raise that ticket price a little higher to justify the new building. We're gonna have to do new construction. So we do want to put a metro station here. Classic metro terminal's cool, but it's huge. And I don't want it to take up that much space. And we need it to be kind of parallel to... How wide is that? 3? Oh, that's a nice location. It doesn't get you right to this stop, but I would love it if I could go right there. Be a perfect little spot. Maybe one of the other ones could do that. Oh yeah, that fits just right in there. How many spots is that? How many spots are available? Why have we not filled in these spots already? Got a 3x4 rectangle. See, I don't really like these Japanese ones because they're either too large or too big. I mean, what is that? Can't do anything there. I don't. Slope too steep is the most annoying thing when you're trying to do underground. I think I will go with the small one right there. Fits pretty neatly and is a little more central to the whole neighborhood. I mean, we don't have any other metro stops really close except for over there, which a lot of people in some of our past studies, when they get off the train, they walk over the Chapman Bridge there, they come down through the college, come here, and look at that. I mean, that's a ridiculous amount of people for a bus stop, let alone the trolley stop, or the tram, that's a tram stop, excuse me, and the subway there, they had to cross the street. So that's one area of traffic. This roundabout has been really troublesome because you can't really expand the road that easily in the roundabout as far as adding extra lanes, and you can't play. Ideally, I would put the tram stop on the left lane since every single car wants to be in the right lane. I don't know how they didn't think of that when every car is going to be taking the right turn. It just doesn't make sense to me, but they didn't ask me. Maybe next time they will. Doesn't look likely, though. But as you can see, there's a lot of traffic there. We've alleviated some of that by creating this road at the very end last time. I think in part 8 of the series, we actually connected roads more typical, like you would see in a roundabout, like a wheel spokes. But that was the very immediate last thing that we did, and it's already made some difference because there's a second way for people to go. That looking now, that left to right path is there. As my number one rule, if you've watched any of these videos before, you know that you want the traffic to flow like water, and it follows the path of least resistance that goes the fastest. So we've got our new metro stop. We've got to run the line now. A very important part of this. You can also find in one of my earlier, I think it's part 3 or part 4 of New Chirp City, how I laid out this original subway line, and it has changed some because I've gotten more DLC packs, so I didn't have these double ones. These pedestrian ones, the Japanese ones, only had this original vanilla metro station, which is fine, but you tend to get traffic issues. You know, there's no bypass lane. You have to build that. There you'll see that this train line just cuts through, and hopefully, you know, we can't really see, but hopefully we're able to just cut through there like an intersection rather than stopping there, because we may go back and change it so that midpoint is there, but it's probably unnecessary. This is the main reason for this is because the train line, as you can see, goes all the way around the city. We don't have a connection that's closer, so a lot of people are taking the bus or they're driving if they're not taking that train. So that's why there's so many people at this tram stop, because they're probably going along this line or there. So just trying to help that out, you know, add a little bit extra flow, and plus with all the sports events, the people will want to travel. So we're just trying to help everybody in town. They'll still have to do some transfer there. They'll have to go downtown to do the transferring, and that's why I thought we might do a parallel station in one of these guys, because then we get a little bit extra real estate. What is already occupied? Oh, it's because I'm on the train station. Duh. So it wouldn't be too hard to really revise that. We'll see what the demand's like. If the traffic underground becomes a problem, then we definitely will expand it. That's why I went ahead here, because there were so many trains coming in and out. It just makes it a little cleaner, speeds up some of that. And I don't know why that wasn't zoned. Anyhow, the other place we were looking about last time, putting another metro stop, was somewhere in the middle here on this curve, because as you can see, there's a lot of line there. And the next station is at that multimodal bus, tram, train stop. We just added another metro to round it all out. And if you watch part 9, none of that is there, so please do not be confused. And the reason we put it on the right side is because it's more central in the line. You know, some distance between stations is necessary. How are we doing now? Nobody's taken that yet, but nobody's taken that train. I never believe it when they say there's no passengers served. It's usually like a glitch or something. Already getting some people at our first basketball game. Now, one thing that I forgot to do is in order to get the attractiveness benefits for your university, you have to draw your university zone for any, whether if you can have multiple university areas, right? So you can attach certain stadiums to other university areas. So let's say I've got New Chirp Community College at 5 stars already. I want to do a liberal arts college next. I could build the liberal arts college way over here, draw the zone over, and erase it. And that still stays connected. So you don't lose the attractiveness, but you're not taking up all of your city with university zone, because you need that space. You need it for parks or pedestrian areas, and for some reason you can't overlap the two. And industry areas are the same way. They're all treated that way, so that's a little pro tip for you to maximize your attractiveness while also keeping the rest of your city, because you don't even have to have anything but that building. And to show you the point, we were at like 500 something for attractiveness. Now we're up 655. You can go online, and I recommend there's Wikipedia pages. You can find the various areas in city skylines and how much each item is worth on the attractiveness scale. That's really helpful to plan out your university. Once you get to the 3, 4, 5 stars, it's really difficult to expand and get that attractiveness up without a ton of varsity stadiums. Varsity stadiums are, if you're having trouble, that's what you're missing, and I do recommend that if you're trying to bump up a newer university, you just attach the venue, the sports venue, to that, and that should help you. But if not, things like these statues and the fountains are the most advantageous. The statues, especially because they're smaller, so you can have a bunch of statues, and it sucks. There's only 2 statue options in the console DLC pack. If you're on PC, you could probably make your own, honestly. Whatever. The other things that are useful are the book clubs. The club houses are worth about as much as the statues. So if you want some variation, you could do that. I like this, like the book club, the math club. They blend in with some of this university housing, so that's nice. That's my suggestion to you. With the university zone, what you just seen there are only certain square footage, and you can find that information also on the Wikipedia. So I'm just going to zone for high density. University style only applies to low density, so that's why you've got that empty space. The high density will just be regular high density zone appearance, unless you specify something else. You have to be careful with that though, because like let's say you do the sustainable housing district, that'll supersede the university style. Their land value is low, but I don't really know why. I guess it's just low because it's between the noise and the noise. That is why. But I can't believe the pedestrian area adds so much value, even with just this bridge over the highway. That's pretty crazy that it's boosted it that much. But yeah, you can definitely see the train stations really detract. So it's a miracle that this is green at all. And adding another stadium will not help any of this, but over time the value will grow. These are our more recent neighborhoods, and there's a lot less leisure stuff going on over here. So, like especially in this office area, it's out on the outskirts. So that affects your land value. Now let's check in on this 28 people, 350, 210 there, 101. It's not too bad. What we can do is add our other. We're going to treat this as a big university expansion process. I'm going to move this crematory across the way there. I don't know why this wasn't zoned either, but I'm sure I had a reason. But anyway, we're going to destroy this whole row of housing, but we're going to get the Aquatics Center instead. And we'll go right here. So we're not actually going to destroy the housing. That's nice. It's a decent use of space. I mean, the fact that we go right up towards the highway, we're not wasting this empty space behind the bridge or have to extend that way. I don't like this, the carving into the ground there, but that's just par for the course. The topography causes that. Not much you can do about that unless you want to completely level out everything. But if you're going to do that, you got to do it before you start building. Otherwise, like if I tried to match the height of this aquatic center to here, it would keep the road in place, so I'd have to demolish the highway, and it just causes more problems. So I don't recommend doing that unless you really have your heart set on it, but do it from the jump. It'll save you some time. The biggest thing with topography is like if you want a perfect grid, you can't get it if there's variations in height. That'll mess up your right angles. Like this is mostly a result of weird topography. However, if you go back and watch part 10, you'll see that there were some weird problems connecting the pedestrian street to the bridge here. So don't know what that's about. It's probably just a glitch, simple as that. Now we're probably going to create a bunch of traffic at this intersection going to this aquatic center, but hopefully the bulk of people will take the public transit and walk or catch the bus. We don't have a stop right here, so I'm going to just add one right there for convenience. I'm going to move this one down so we can justify adding a new one there. People are going to cross the street. That'll cause traffic, but it's only going to be on meet days, right? You have swim meets. 34 people already. We're going to bump this up to 35. That's just my stock price. Sometimes I'll go all the way up to 40. That's your max. 400 people at the basketball arena, though. Look at all these people taking the train. 80 people taking the subway is honestly not that bad for the fact that we only have the one line. coming to this downtown metro station. Could probably increase that ridership if we extended all the way down to this newer station, and that may prove beneficial because of this purple line stopping, but the green line goes there already, so it makes me tempted. I'm very tempted to just could have sworn I had another line coming from the opposite direction in there, going in reverse of that pink. Let me go ahead and add that. Oh no, it's there. It's just so dark I can't see, and I'm on the wrong car. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna change that color because I can't see it. It means nothing. Right, so we got a double pink line. That makes me feel better. Don't know why this tram car line is flashing, but the game's weird like that sometimes. Excuse me. So if we delete this line, it's going to go cut around, and we can expand. I think we should. Well, that did actually what I wanted it to do, but I wasn't ready to pull the trigger. You got to be careful when you're fooling around with these lines. It's just so glitchy that sometimes you can delete the line before you mean to because it just won't highlight the right one, or but I really don't want to start on that side. What you can do if you want the stop to be on the correct side of the line is completely start it over from scratch. That gets on my nerves about this game, that you I mean, look at that. It says it's hidden, but it's not. And if you're on it, this game sometimes really drives me crazy, but I don't know why you only go on the right side of the tracks unless you're coming from a different direction. There's only apparently 27 passengers on it, so you could probably get away with, why is it flashing the bus line and the tram line and this line? The game's glitchy. That's all there is to it. So I am going to delete this line. We'll pause it so service isn't that interrupted. There we go. Bink. 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 Done. Alright. We got rid of one stop, but added another one that's probably better for long-term service. If they want to go from there to there, they can take the train, or they can take the tram, or the metro. I mean, they can take the subway or the tram line. You know, they just have to transfer or walk, take the bus. A lot of options in New Chirp City. Our transit is unmatched. That line just goes there. And we finally got enough going on that it's connecting across the highway, so we really don't need all of this. And this is just going to mess up our oil industry area, but not too bad, because they're coming right back. Look, they didn't even notice. I've been in one speed this whole time. I'm sorry. I'm just now realizing this, and we are quite a ways into the stream, so I thank you for your patience there. Thank you for watching here today on the Rolling Conley Twitch stream. Glad you're here with me. We're a half an hour into the stream. I've got to go. I've probably got 10 more minutes before I got to get off of here today, because I got some business to take care of. But I'm glad you're here with me. Be sure to follow if you're watching on Twitch. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. Find me on Instagram at Ronly Conley. That's R only C only, got it? Good. We've done good work so far. We've gotten these two Varsity Sports fields. And we had talked about doing a stadium here also. So I'm just going to take the road out. We may end up having to reconfigure it because of bridging across the highway. But let's see, can we can't pull off the track field here without destroying a lot of housing. And we don't want to do that because our housing demand is high. But we will pop that right there. And we're going to do the same thing. We never did draw in the swim aquatic center. So, not that. Okay, sorry. I do that all the time. And we'll keep that connected just to, why not? It's not going to affect anything really at that point, like that would. So now with 3 varsity arenas, we're up to 800 attractiveness points. Go us! Give yourself a pat on the back. It'll be like you're giving me a pat on the back, and it'll make you feel good. It'll make me feel good by extension. So be sure to do that. How are we doing in here? I've got 543 people. It's a lot of people just going to watch some swimming. And here we're already picking up some visitors. So, while I don't want to run a metro station just to go there, and we certainly could. I mean, it's not a short distance compared to like these two are pretty close together. So we could probably get away with that. But what I'm really going to do is just loop the bus. Add another stop there. That should be enough. Now, it's going to cause problems. At some point, if we go over the highway, we'll have to create an intersection here, which wouldn't be so bad, just to get the bus away to quickly come back around. And see, we've already got a lot of traffic here going just straight to the baseball field. So the public transit will help. The bus line being there will help a lot. But that's the risk you run when you build a big stadium. You got to think about the infrastructure with everything. Everything you do, you got to think about the infrastructure. Here, I'm actually going to go big with the high density there since it's right on the rail station. And you'll see the difference. It might be pretty subtle, but I think this is our first major, we have high density in downtown, but don't have it anywhere over here. So that's our first big high density commerce on this side of town. I forgot this was the downtown hotel. That's an asset you can plop. This statue we plopped recently, that's in your park section. It came with a DLC pack. Just gonna zone some more housing around there. I don't mind that this did too. I don't love it though, so we're just gonna make it. If you can do a square of 4, then you're more likely to get more Sims living there. That's the theory, at least. The justification for having all of this residential zone is the trains being there, that convenience, but also the university, and it's a new part of town. So, that one tower being finally leveled up already makes this seem like a central district where you have the downtown there with the high rises. We've done a great job of keeping this a pretty low height town. You could do even more with city policies that limit the no high rises. The office districts, this is all IT, so it's so tall. And then, of course, this is a skyscraper DLC pack you can use. I think it all blends pretty well together, though. This guy sticks out like a sore thumb. But I think we did that because we've got the community pool and the plaza. But it does look huge. So we may get rid of that. But I don't mind this guy. Since this is going to be a touristy spot, we probably could get away with zoning for a tourist district, which we do have by the Space Needle. I don't like to go too crazy with that, but this would be as good a place as any. Although since it's a college spot, you know, I don't think it looks bad. Good levels because the topography height difference makes everything scale up in a pretty nice way. You know, it looks bigger than it actually is. If that was all flat, it would look very similar to the rest of New Chirp City. But Train Central has really done us for a good time. Good Lord, look at all that. Everybody's leaving the basketball game. They're going into the train station and turning around because there's no road to get out of here. So that's what the traffic is there. Now, I thought I had solved this problem, but let's see, where are they going? Out of the town. They're leaving town, driving out of the city, it tells you. Driving home, where is home for you? Not too far. That's a terrible spot. Why would you drive there? Take the bus. And this is farther, at least, but take the train. Anyway, you can only do so much. And look, they won't even go because there's so much traffic the other way. I mean, really, you probably need 2 lanes rather than this main avenue. Probably solve some of it. A lot of people going there. I guess they want to take the bus, but they're all they're full of one bus line. That's another point of frustration you got to be aware of, is how many. You can expand the bus frequency, but you can't expand the bus capacity. So our options here are either add another line or, I mean, we could take another route around, but that's all one line already. It's pretty crazy, honestly. Yeah, that's a mad bus route. So we may want to change that anyway. We could go from train station to train station and then keep that the mess that it is. We'll save that for next time, though. I am having to wind down, so we'll think about more buses. And what we'll do, at least for now, is up this vehicle count to 125, just enough to help. It says there's no vehicles, no passengers. I know that's not true. Then again, maybe they're not spawning. Have you seen any of these buses? I sure haven't. But why would they be waiting for no buses? And why are there no buses? Important questions. That would explain why people didn't take the bus. But look, traffic's cleared up now. I don't know whether they despawned or it just naturally filled. People gave up and took the train. sometimes the bus station, the depot, will mess up. And, oh, that's why that bus line is so crazy, because I took it to the bus station. Sounds like a reasonable thing to do. There's not really a limit on the buses that a depot has, so sometimes, though, they get, namely this biofuel line will glitch out. I still see no buses on this line. I mean, usually they glow like that. They're the right color. Not seeing any of that, so we'll just place the biofuel bus there, the depot. Or excuse me, no, we'll move it to the beside the arena, so we have the water and the power already. You kidding me? No power? No, there's power. There we go. So that should help with that. If that is in fact a glitch, it may not work. I see no buses coming out of there, so we'll try a regular bus depot. All right, my friends, well, we did that. We added big stadiums, arenas, and we can be on a home plate. Safe. All right. Well, thank you again for watching with me. Please do follow on Twitch. Find me on YouTube. You can see the whole new Chirp City playlist. All 10 other episodes. 11 will be updated soon. Oh, we got the pink in. Look, they're magically all running at once and glowing. So that's fun. Good to know. I'll be back tomorrow with Red Dead Wednesday. Gonna go hunting in maybe Lemoyne or something. And after that, I've got some exciting stuff. Classic Battlefront coming soon. Got that pre-ordered already. You'll be the first to see me play. And also some old PlayStation stuff. I finally got my PlayStation 1 working. So do hit that follow button. Do have a good rest of your day. And take care.